Hey beauties, happy full moon. So today I would love to share with you a little bit of a full moon ritual that I'm going to do. And I know it's full daylight, but for best results with the full moon, it's generally better to do it before rather than after, unlike the new moon where it's best to do it after the new moon. So full moon actually happens tonight at dinner time, so I'll be in the kitchen cooking, so I'm taking the opportunity while everybody's happy doing homework and whatnot to come out here and share this with you. So I've just set up a little altar on the table that I'm at out here in my garden, and I don't know if you can see it very well. Let's see if I can angle this. So down here I've got a beautiful little pinecone wreath that my daughter and my mum actually made this for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I've got a pussycat here. And so pine cones are actually really lovely to use in your rituals because they are just gorgeous, very earthy, very nature-like. So I like to use this because it's got a nice big, it actually was really garbage to hang up on the wall, but it's perfect for this. So I've got little things representing the different elements here. So I've got a little bell for air, I've got a seashell for water, and if you've ever had a tarot reading from me, you've probably seen that shell before. I have got some amethyst, which you'll also have seen in my tarot readings, for earth, and I have got a candle for fire. And I very specifically picked that one because it is called Warm Cashmere, which is one of my favorites. And then I've got a little container fireproof receptacle in the center representing spirit, and we're going to use that in a little bit. So I've also got my oracle cards, my moonology oracle, because really, you know, if you're going to do a full moon oracle drawing, it should really be with some moon kind of cards, I reckon. And then I've got here my forgiveness list as well. So if you've ever done my challenges, you'll know that I am a big fan of the forgiveness letter. And if you would like a copy of my PDF template for the forgiveness letter, just send me a DM and I will share that with you. But really, you can just do it on any sheet of paper. In your journal is okay, but I like to burn mine. And it's actually not just me, lots of people do this at the full moon as well and advocate it, including Yasmin Boland when I did her moonology course last month. And so this is what we are going to do. So once you've written, if you have the time, you can pause this video if you want to do it along with me, and just quickly journal the things that you want to let go of this month. So, you know, depending on what's coming up for you or what's happening for you in your life, or if you know which house this full moon is falling in for you. So for me, I'm an Aquarius rising. It falls in my 7th house, which is the house of partnerships, alliances, one-to-one relationships and things like that. So I've written quite a few things to do with relationships and client relationships and whatnot, but I've also answered, there are a bunch of questions that are related to the Leo full moon, because it's about ego and it's about, you know, the things that maybe you've been a little bit stubborn or prideful about. So anything that you need to forgive and let go related to those things, just write them down and stop carrying them with you. Like, seriously, you don't have to carry these things forward into the rest of the year. Now is the perfect time to just let it go and move on. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to light my candle. Oops. And I've got somebody sitting here at my lap trying to get my attention. She's not actually my cat. She lives across the road from us. Oh, darling. She lives across the road from us, but she's decided she likes our apartment building better. I don't know why. And she hangs out with one of the other cats here. And my cat is really not sure what to think about her, but this one, she's such a snuggle puss and she just loves attention, so she's making her presence felt. Okay, back to it. Now, you can start your ceremony however you want. If you would like to meditate, if you would like to listen to music, which of course is very hard for me to do while I'm recording a video, but you can do whatever it is that you would like to do to open your ceremony. Take a ritual bath, do whatever. So what we're going to do right now is we are just going to take some deep breaths in. So just inhale and exhale out. And inhale in and exhale out. And inhale in and exhale out. So just give yourself the opportunity to really just ground and center and focus on what you are intending to do. You know, it's all about getting into the vibration of what you want to do. So if you've got your forgiveness letter or a list of things that you want to forgive, you can jot down whatever it is. You can write down, you know, like affirmation statements. You can write down words that you want to focus on or words that you want to let go of or whatever, you know, like pride, fear, feelings of not being enough, shame, guilt, you know, whatever it is that you want to let go of, you can, you know, do it however you feel is resonant for you. And so you don't need to reread it as part of your ceremony, because what you really want to do is you just want to be able to let go of all of the things. So you've written it down, you've got it all out of your head, it is on paper, okay? And then I want you to, with your little candle flame, I want you to set it on fire and pop it in your little safe dish. And as you see the smoke, as you smell it and taste it in the back of your mouth, really think about, you know, connect with the elemental nature of it. You know, imagine the energy being transmuted and returning into the universe. So as you can see the smoke go, which maybe you can't see very well, but going off, and all of those things that you are letting go of, you're just letting them go. The energy is returning to the universe, and you are creating that room within yourself to just welcome in your new intentions, your new abundance, your new happiness, your, you know, like whatever it is that you want to fill yourself with, instead of all of the feelings that were contained in your letter. So as you can see, it's turned into ash. And later, after the ceremony, I will scatter it in the garden and return it to the earth. So at this point in your ritual, if you're doing it at home, and you don't have to do it outside if you don't want to, you can do this inside safely, as long as you've got something that you can burn it in, or you can do it over the sink or over the bathtub or in the laundry trough. It really doesn't matter. It's all up to you and what brings meaning for you and what you can do safely without burning your house down. So after you've done that, I find that it's really important to shift that energy. And you know, you've let that go, but you need to bring something in. And so me, I really like to do things like guided meditations, or I like to go for a walk in my garden, which is why I'm outside, because I actually love it out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be quiet for a few minutes, and I'm just going to have like just a little quiet moment. And for you at home, just take this opportunity to close your eyes and perhaps think of some of the things that you're amazingly grateful for, some of the things that you would like to welcome into your life to replace this energy here. So just give me a few moments. If you like chanting, this is a perfect time to chant. I am not confident to chant in front of you guys, so sorry about that. Maybe another time. So okay, so my word for 2021, my focus word for the year, is actually illuminate. And one of the beautiful things about the full moon is that it does really give you that opportunity to shine a light on the shadows, on the things that you've been holding inside that have been hidden away, that have been festering, that have been holding you back. And my commitment to myself this year was to shine a light on all of those things and to shine my light for others. And so I really want to give you guys this opportunity to dive deep into what you've been holding on to for far too long, what the energy is that you've been wrapping around yourself like a cloak, keeping you safe and warm in your comfort zone, but actually that safety and that warmth of that cloak are not actually the really good kind. They're kind of the smothering kind. And I really want you to take this opportunity to step out from underneath that cloak and embrace the light, embrace the freshness, embrace the lightness that comes from taking it off and letting that baggage go, because you have a choice about what you hold on to. You have a choice about the energy that you surround yourself with. Okay, so now that we have done our little forgiveness letter, I'm going to draw a card for the collective, for all of you out there, a little full moon message for what's coming up for you in this month ahead, what message we all need to hear this full moon, and maybe what we need to release a little bit, you know, like what do we as a collective need to let go of moving forward. So okay, So our card that I have drawn. Let's see what message we've got, okay? Okay, so the card that we've drawn is Full Moon in Pisces. It says balance spirituality and practicality. Great. I think this is a beautiful card because I do think that, particularly like in my own coaching practice, I really love to blend the spiritual side of things with the science that backs it up. That's kind of what turns me on, is knowing that there actually is a logic, that it really does work. It's not just something that people make up or people say. So I love that our message is to balance spirituality and practicality, because I think sometimes we do get so caught up in being practical, or we get so caught up in the amorousness of spirituality that we forget that things need to be in balance and harmony. It's also a little bit about balancing our divine masculine and feminine energies. So, our masculine energies are very much about that logic and that reason and the practical steps, and being very much organized and in progression and facts and figures and things like that, whereas our feminine energies are about the intuition and the being led by our heart and our emotions. And there really has to be, we all have that divine feminine and masculine energy within us, and it's all about finding that balance. So I'm just going to read to you what Yasmin has written about the full moon in Pisces, which actually is, Pisces is the final sign in the zodiac year. So this one says, have you been so head in the clouds that you have lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make a concerted effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It's time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your question, and the solutions to your issues may now come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting the martyr, that whole victim behavior we were talking about earlier, this card will be a message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. So meditate every day and see what comes to you. It's a little bit about, following that intuition, but it is also about the practicalities. It also suggests that in worst case scenario, it could be the end of a dream, where you actually have to accept that not everything is going to happen the way that you imagine it. Sometimes we have to be a little bit more realistic. So as I mentioned a minute ago, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So the full moon in Pisces symbolically marks endings. And if you think about it, this is, as the full moon in Leo, it's the second last full moon of the zodiac year, because the zodiac year actually starts when we have the new moon in Aries, which happens at the beginning of March. So we're actually getting to the end of our energetic year, and it's a really good time to be tying up those loose ends and letting go and releasing all of the things that we've been carrying. So, we've been through Christmas, people have made their New Year's resolutions. Oh my goodness. And I just need to turn this around for a minute, because how symbolic is this? I don't know if you can see that, but just over the horizon, I don't know if you can see that. Hang on, I need to be able to see. Oh yes, you can. Just there, the full moon is rising. Now it looks a bit crap in the video, but it looks beautiful to me. It's all pink and glorious and such a perfect way to celebrate and end this ritual. So as I was saying, we've just been through Christmas. People have been setting New Year's resolutions. If you haven't set New Year's resolutions, this is the perfect time, not so much for the New Year's resolutions, but to be setting your intentions for 2021 and the year ahead. So let go of whatever it is that you're still holding on to, that you're still carrying, so that you can move forward freely without encumbrances. You know, you have the choice to do that. You can either play the victim and keep carrying that shitty heavy baggage, or you can just let it go and move on. So this is also a fabulous time to connect with your intuition and your spirituality. It's time to be practical and start following your goals and your dreams. So I cannot think of a more perfect way to focus our energy for the coming month. So thank you so much if you took the time to tune in and see to the end. If you would love to get a copy of my forgiveness letter template, please, or worksheet actually, please send me a message and I will send that out to you. I'm happy to do that. And just to let you know that next month, with the new moon in Aquarius, I will actually be doing a new moon intention setting workshop. And if that sounds like something you would love to be involved in, that will be held via Zoom, and it will be like a limited number workshop, probably about 10, maybe 15 or 20 people, but probably close to that small side. And we will actually go through and set our intentions for the new moon in Aquarius together. I will help you to work out what it is that you need to set your intentions for, depending on what your birth chart dictates. If you have had a moonology reading with me, obviously you will already know what your year has in store for you, because you'll be able to refer back to what I have already given you. If you would love to have a moonology reading, you can book one of those between now and the 11th of February, and I will go through and explain to you exactly what this year has coming up for you personally. But if you would love to join me for a new moon intention setting workshop, just flick me a quick DM and I will give you all the details once I have got that sorted out. And then next full moon, which will be the full moon in Virgo at the end of February, in fact around about the same time as my daughter's birthday, we will be doing an actual full moon circle, again via Zoom, small group numbers, almost certainly limited to a maximum of 12 people. And we will actually go through, there will be some time for journaling, we will do it together, and yeah, really hold some space for you guys to work through what you would like to release next month. So if any of that sounds amazing to you, both of those workshops will actually be €22 each, for the new moon intention setting workshop for the full moon circle next month. So if you would like to register your interest, please just send me a DM and I will get in touch with you and let you know all of the details. So thank you for being here with me today, and happy full moon. Good luck, sending you love and all the best.